Well, good afternoon, babies. This is a general message, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If it's not your message, then it's not your message. So the song that I got on shuffle is Heaven by Los Lonely Boys. Save me from this prison, Lord, help me get away, 'cause only you can save me now from this misery. I've been lost in my own place and I'm getting weary. How far is heaven? And I know that I need to change my ways of living. How far is heaven? Lord, can you tell me? I've been locked up way too long in this crazy world. How far is heaven? And I just keep on praying, Lord, and just keep on living. How far is heaven? Yeah, Lord, can you tell me? How far is heaven? Because I just got to know how far. Yeah, Lord, can you tell me? Because I know there's a better place than this place I'm living. How far is heaven? And I just got to have some faith and just keep on giving. How far is heaven? Yeah, Lord, can you tell me? Because I just got to know how far. Yeah, how can you tell me? Because I just got to know how far. Okay. So what I'm getting from this, excuse me. Someone's feeling like they're in a dark spot. Just there's got to be something better than this, and I'm kind of seeing that as like just kind of feeling beat down, like getting hit with karma, that type of shit, or just like maybe not seeing the good, like maybe focusing on the bad stuff and like the crunchy stuff and feeling like stuck, like God, there's got to be something better than this. Excuse me. Because only, Lord, help me get away. Save me from this prison, Lord, help me get away. Because only you can save me now from this misery. I've been lost in my own place and I'm getting weary. So it is self-imposed. How far is heaven, Lord, can you tell me? And I'm kind of seeing that as maybe the dark night, which we all go through, and it happens frequently. Like, just stuff keeps like piling on and you're like, dude, I don't know if I can take any more of this. Like, what's next? And so you're stuck on it. But what I'm getting here is, he's praying. He's praying, saying, Lord, can you help me? How far is heaven? Like, there's something better than this? What can I do? And maybe who I'm speaking to, or you're watching for somebody else that's going through this situation, you need to be reminded, or they need to be reminded that, prayer and faith are still like a big part of this. It's really easy to get stuck and hung up on the 3D stuff, or, facing the dark stuff within you and like these really intense emotions. But you also have to remember that, like, when you step into faith and kind of let go and surrender to spirit, to Most High, wonderful things can happen. I've been locked up way too long in this crazy world. How far is heaven? And I just keep on praying, Lord, and just keep on living. How far is heaven? Yeah, Lord, can you tell me? How far is heaven? So, trusting in your prayers, in the prayers, is what is necessary and needed. Because it's really easy to just say a prayer and like speak, but not feel that it's going to be answered. It's almost like you're just talking, you know what I mean? And then sometimes for me, when I'm in that situation where I'm just like, I'm having a hard time with faith, like, I pray and I ask for comfort. And I'm like, can I get comfort in this uncertain time? Can I get comfort in, uh, taking this leap of faith? Like, I know I need to do it, but my ego is telling me that it's not safe. My, my worrying mind is telling me that it's not safe to do. Can I get like a confirmation that I'm making the right choice? And then I look for that. And your prayers are answered when you ask for that stuff and you believe that it's going to get answered. But yes, completely, when you're in that like heavy spot where you have to take this leap of faith and just jump in and just, trust in that faith, in the unknown, in the unseen, in the non-logical, logical part of it, it is difficult sometimes, especially if, you've been taught your whole life that you don't do that. You have to plan out and you have to prepare and all this other stuff. So it is very difficult. I'm not, saying it's easy at all. But it does get easier the more you keep practicing, just like reps in the gym, just like practicing with anything. It gets easier the more you do it. The other song we got is Drive by Incubus. Sometimes I feel the fear of uncertainty stinging clear. Uncertainty, fear. Same kind of vein here, feeling this scared to take a leap of faith because your logical brain, your ego, what your conditioning patterns, your conditioning from, being a child, and growing up around people that didn't step into this unknown or like into their deep, like into their faith much, so you weren't around that to witness it. And I can't help but ask myself how much I'll let the fear take the wheel and steer. Damn, how perfect. I didn't even read the lyrics. I just hit click, like I clicked next and I was like, oh, I know the song. But now that I'm reading it, I'm like, damn, that's like perfect. Like how fucking perfect is that? And I can't help but ask myself how much I let the fear take the wheel and steer. So catching yourself in this fear moment, like it's really easy to start spiraling before you make a decision. Like say you need to take a leap of faith for a job or to move somewhere and not have something lined up, or, whatever it is, whatever it looks like, reaching out to your crush, going to school for something, or like signing up for schooling or something like that. Like you have to take that leap of faith and catch yourself in that fear. Like it's so easy to just start overthinking and then getting caught up in this overthinking thing that you just stay stuck. And then the fear, takes the wheel and, basically starts hitting reverse instead of you going forward, or choosing something. You just start, regressing and going backwards. It's driven me before, and it seems to have a vague, haunting mass appeal. It's so easy to fall into fear and stay in that stuck, stagnant space because your ego is comfortable in the knowing. Like, yes, it's a shitty situation you may be in, but you've known it. You know what to expect from it, so it's safe. There's no uncertainty with it. If you're staying with a toxic partner and they show you the same patterns over and over and over and over and over again, it's safe to stay in that because you know how they're gonna react. It's a subconscious thing, but you know how it's gonna come out, what's gonna happen after. You just know the cycle, and it's subconscious. Like you may not have been consciously aware of the cycle, with a person, like say, just for an example, or a job even, there's always just a cycle of like, maybe your boss is like a narcissist and like there's just this horrible cycle of, oh, they're nice to me one day and then I'm getting written up the next. And it's, but the money's good. But, you know, you're miserable as fuck, but it's comfortable and you know you won't get fired. You know, it's, so you stay there because it's known. You, even though you're fucking miserable, you know what to expect with your partner. You know the cycle of them treating you like shit, and then they love bomb you to keep you there, and then you're like, oh, see, like they care. They're doing this because, you know, they're making up for it, and you're used to it, and you know what to expect. You subconsciously know the pattern. Even though you're fucking miserable, you're still like, oh, this is me. This is safe, even though it sucks. My brain, my ego can expect an outcome. I can control the outcome because I know what to expect. But lately, I'm beginning to feel that I should be the one behind the wheel. Bitch. Start taking control of the fear. Catching yourself in these spiraling, like, well, what if, like, okay, maybe I should say this instead of that, or, you know, I need to have this lined up in order to get out of this situation. Like, instead of just taking the leap, you're like trying to plan out like every single fucking step of the way, instead of trusting your, you know, praying to Most High, trusting in your spirit team, trusting in the universe. You're trying to control the situation, the outcome, by staying stagnant and trying to plan out every single fucking step that comes out of the way. And with doing that, you know, you're stuck, for one, still living in the loop, and two, you're you can't predict every single fucking thing. And so you're in this, you're still like gonna be out of control no matter how much you try to control it. And your ego just loves control. It feels so good and safe to like obsess and worry and be like, oh, well, what if this happens? Like, oh, what worry means you suffer twice. And yes, I will fucking say it is easier said than done, for sure, for fucking sure. I am not saying I never worry. I get in those loops all the time. I start thinking like, you know, especially if I take the leap of faith, then I like regress into like, shit, did I fuck up? Like, did I do this? Like, it's like that there's like that void space before it like happens, and you already made the decision and like the movement towards, and you're like, oh shit, what if this doesn't work out and I did this and I need to go get my job back, or, you know, whatever. I need to go move back into that house, or I need to get that partner back, whatever. You need to catch yourself right in that moment, that, and, you know, why am I worrying about this? Like, and that only makes it even harder to take that leap of faith. And that's when you need to start like praying and being like, please just give me some comfort in this moment, because I'm feeling very scared and I know you have my back. I just need a sign from you, whether it's an angel number or, you know, a truck driving in front of you with us, like an emblem on the side that gives you a little, you know, wink from the universe, a wink from Most High, saying like, it's okay, you're okay. Like, like taking a leap of faith towards a partner and then like seeing their name everywhere. And like once you take that leap and then you start seeing their name everywhere, you're like, okay. Like, I'm safe. Should be the one behind the wheel. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. With with open arms and open eyes, yes. So willing to surrender and accept the blessing, and trusting that you deserve the blessing. And that's like a self-worth thing. Why do I think that this isn't going to work out for me? And dive into that of, you know, why do I think I don't deserve this? What have I done that I think this isn't going to work out? And it's good to reflect and be like, okay, I've made it through everything before this moment. What tells me that I won't make it through the next moment? Even if it does end up shitty, I can make it through awful things. So worst case scenario, like if that, changing that thought process into that might help, of thinking like, you know what, I've survived everything up until this very point to the present moment. Why does that tell me I'm not going to survive this next thing, this next leap of faith? With open arms and open eyes, be willing to accept the blessing. After, you know, praying and being like, spirit, guides, angels, most high, please just give me some comfort right now, ancestors, like I really need you. Whether it's in dreams, you know, a video on YouTube pops up in your feed, something like, you'll get a confirmation if you ask for it and believe you're going to get it. And stay neutral and open, like observe and look around. Because we did get the Four of Cups here. And so see how he's like ignoring that dude because he's all in his feels like, meh, this sucks. I'm just being a little moody bitch right now. When old boy's like reaching out and be like, dude, I fucking got your back. Like, I know your cups fell over and that sucks, but hey, I you know, if you're thirsty, like I'll throw you a fucking bone. Like, here you go, bud. I bought you a water, you grumpy bitch. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. I'll be there. So if I decide to waver my chance to be the one of the hive, will I choose water over wine and hold my own and drive? It's driven me before, and it seems to be the way that everyone else gets around, by choosing fear. Are you going to be one of the hive, or are you going to choose to walk a different path of faith? And, you know, breaking your family up until this point may have been, or the people you surround yourself with may have been, you know, like putting fear onto you, like, oh, don't take that leap of faith. Like, you don't have anything lined up after that. How is it going to work? What are you going to do? What are you going to do with your job? What are you going to do with your house? What are you going to, blah, blah, blah. All this like spiraling. And then, so they're adding to your worries already. Or you take this leap of faith and you let them, you know, whisper in your ear and their thoughts, you know, get into your head as well. So checking yourself, be like, is this even my thought? Or is this something that someone else told me because they're trying to put their fear on me? It's driven me before, and it seems to be the way that everyone else gets around. But lately, I'm beginning to find that when I drive myself, my light is found. So by driving yourself, choosing your own, trusting your intuition, trusting that you deserve good things, and your confidence in your higher self, you know, your guides, most high, your ancestors guiding you to this path. It may be different than what others, or, you know, taboo or something like that, then that people judge you for it, but you're being called to follow that. So why would you let someone else hold you back when that's really what your heart desires? Whatever tomorrow, that's when I drive myself, my light is found. And that's helping you raise in vibration by choosing those, making those choices, breaking familial patterns, breaking ancestral patterns, past life patterns, all these karmic patterns that have kept you stuck and in fear. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there with open arms and open eyes. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. Would you choose water over wine? Hold the wheel and drive. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. Yeah, just being open to and excited almost. Like, if it helps to just have some sort of excitement and turn it into a game. Like, life doesn't need to be so fucking serious. Yeah, what if you do lose your fucking house? Because you go ahead and buy a house and then you're not able to make the payments. That's your worry. What if you fucking lose it? Then it wasn't meant for you. And something else will come along. There's always a way out. You will always survive anything that is thrown at you. So I got this 9 of Wands here, and see, he's been hurt. and people are like, oh, you know, like that's like a worry, like you thinking like, oh, if I fuck up, like people are gonna judge me because I failed. And it's so it keeps you stuck because you think you're gonna get hurt, you're gonna fail, all these bad things are gonna happen, when all you gotta do is fucking pray to have your burdens taken away. So I got the 10 of Wands to clarify the 9 of Wands, which I found very interesting, and it's in reverse, and that's the burdens being taken away, lifted off. So praying and asking, and there's fucking people out here willing to help you as well. You're not alone. You're never alone. It may feel like, you know, because you're in this like dark space of like, with the Los Lonely Boys song, like there's got to be something better than this, because you're seeing like maybe, you know, your family, your friend group, your partner, like they're not for you. And so it's scary to like go through this and see things for what they are. And like getting all this realization, and you're just like shook. You're like, oh my God, like I don't even know what to do. I don't even know how to move forward. And that's when you pray and be open to these blessings that come your way and the people willing to help you. And interestingly, before that, I clarified the 10 of Wands with that 9 of Wands. We got the 10 of Wands in reverse again. And to clarify that, we got the High Priestess. And that's your intuition, trusting your intuition, following that. The burden will be released, the stress, the worries, all that. See, she's so overwhelmed. Her work is taking her to toll. I kind of see that clock is like spinning, like you're running out of time or something like that. Pray and trust your intuition, trust your inner knowing, and don't let the people whispering in your ear, you know, your family members, of how you've grown up, of like putting that fear in you, affect you. And trusting that inner knowing and praying. Because we also have the King of Blades in reverse. And I'm seeing that as like an inability, you're like refusing to see things. And use your mind, like you're just so caught up in this mental space that you're not seeing things clearly for what they are. You're kind of like getting caught up in this like moody, bitchy, and I mean that in the nicest way. I get bitchy, I get moody, I get shitty when things start going wrong. Like there's days at work where I'm like, my fucking welds aren't coming out good, like just shit keeps happening, like I'm all awkward and I fucking crash the crane and just weird things keep happening, and I'm like, fucking shit, fuck this, I don't want to be here. It's so easy to fall into that bitchy, moody space when things are shifting, and to like not trust your inner knowing. So, and so we got that, and to clarify, we got the 4 of Swords. So pay attention to your dreams when you're sleeping. And this is also another prayer card that in the Rider-Waite original, the Rider-Waite version of tarot, it's a guy like in a church, you know, kind of praying, laying down. It kind of looks like he's praying. I just see it as like a prayer card, like praying before you go to sleep or something like that. Just pray and ask and believe that your prayers will be answered. And I'm also seeing this card as he's sleeping and not seeing the truth. Like he's sleeping and not seeing the swords. Like I'm seeing those swords as like these the way out, clear decisions that need to be made, or action that needs to be made. And you're not seeing it because you're so hung up in this like spiraling, heavy, mercurial worry spiral thing. Like, and it's so easy to just like want to control every single thing. And because we also got this Knight of Coins, so that's the Knight of Pentacles, and I see that as not movement. So you're like feeling stuck and stagnant, and you're like, things aren't moving, like they're not moving, I feel out of control, I don't like that I'm in this stagnant space. And to clarify that, I've got the Five of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So notice she's really hung up on these cups that are spilled, that are out of reach. And she's not seeing the full cups, which are two right there. And the Ace of Cups is, someone's reaching out to give them. So that's this, she's focusing on the negative emotions, which are these spilled ones there, because cups are emotions. And she's not focusing on like gratitude and love, because with the Oracle deck that I chose, I got the Heart Guardian. And love and let yourself be loved. So knowing that you're loved by Most High, your spirit guides, your ancestors, sacred ones, ascended masters, whoever you pray to, and the people around you that are, if you would just open your damn eyes, take your fucking headphones off and quit being a moody bitch, and look to see that people want to help you. Yes, it might not be the people that you thought, or, like for me, if you have like parental wounding and they never were there for you emotionally, and you just always strived for that connection with them or that comfort for them that you never got, or your dad never told you they were proud of you, or that you were doing a good job, or they were just very hard on you, or your mom like was never like emotionally comforting, or if you cried, like you didn't get hugged, or like you were, my favorite as a kid, which I got a lot, was when I would cry, I would be told, I'll give you a reason to cry, and I would be spanked for crying. So not getting that comfort when you need it the most, and focusing on that and wanting to get it from these people when there's others that want to do it for you. It's just not the exact person that you expect. And that's also on you to give yourself and fill your cup, to, nurture those wounds, and like reparent your inner child, reparent yourself. And I mean, it's never gonna feel like, getting the love from your mom, but there's a way to heal that and get out of this stagnancy of in this spiral, in this, I guess a karmic loop, if you will, like getting just stuck and hung up on needing to get this wound, like expecting someone else to feel like solve it for you, heal it for you, when they can't do that, and they're never going to give it to you in the way that you need. The only person that can truly heal you and like give you what you need is yourself. Okay, so we got that. Yeah, and I'm definitely seeing this. So we got the Justice card, and see how it's like they're just so harsh looking, and they're pointing, and they're like and I'm seeing that as that fear of judgment, that fear of, if I take this leap, like my family's gonna judge me, my friends are gonna judge me, because you've been judged your whole life by them. And you're worried because of this insecurity, because we have the Queen of Wands in reverse, and that's insecurity, control, and kind of having a bad temper also. You fear that you're going to experience that from them, when you should just focus on yourself and nurture yourself and be like, you know what, I'm really fucking proud of you for making this decision. And then praying to get like comfort when you're just really freaking scared. Like no matter how you self-talk, there's just something there that you need from Most High, because Most High is the ultimate mother and father. So that's where you can get that love, is, having some, they can send a person in your life to nurture you and help you. It may not be your parents and, solve that wound, but you've learned that they don't want to fix themselves, or, whoever you're expecting, a brother, a sister, aunt, whatever, grandparents, you didn't get something from them and you always expected it. So you have this like insecurity that you're going to get judged because that's all you got from your parents, when you're going to have to comfort yourself or ask Most High to give you some sort of comfort, whether it's finding a video online, a post, just seeing a little sign, or like you hear a song in, at a stoplight, and the person next to you is like jamming out to a song that just like gives you a little comfort. And then you're like, okay, I'm safe. I'm making the right choice. This is okay to do. This is uncharted territory for me, but this is still the right choice for me. And I will be taken care of as long as I trust in the universe and most high Mother and Father. And I keep working on my confidence and trusting, working on my insecurities, and not worrying that I'm going to just be judged harshly. And, fuck them. If they're stuck and, feeling, you're going to start seeing that these people are just living in fear when you start making these choices to push past fear. It's okay to make a choice when you're scared as fuck, but as long as you make that jump, that leap of faith, even when you're scared, that is still going to serve you. And then it's like exercising a muscle, practicing. It's going to get easier and easier each time you push past that fear. And it's going to feel overwhelming, and you have this, it's almost like, it's going to feel more, I don't want to say that. I'm going to just throw that away and go with a different a take on that. Is like, it's going to benefit you to quit trying to juggle and please people. Because we got the Two of Cups in reverse. And I'm seeing that as like one-sided relationships, just bad relationships. And that's like, your maybe family members, maybe just friends that are always judging you. And like, there's like always this weird competition to like, make certain choices. And like, you have to keep up with the Joneses, keep up with them to like still be friends with them or whatever. When it's getting old to like keep juggling that, because it's exhausting. Because look how overwhelmed he is. He's like, oh shit, I'm trying to walk, and he's on the coastline, so it's like dangerous, and he can't focus. He's not focusing on his path. Instead, he's just trying to please people while still trying to feel somewhat happy and do the healing. That's not going to work. You got to drop one of these pentacles, one of these, the fake part. Drop this facade that you're trying to please people for what? Shitty relationships to keep them around, to keep them happy, to keep these fake superficial things. What are you gaining from that? Are you happy? Do you feel good around these people when they're judging you? Like, oh, like your car is getting pretty old. Like, I'd buy a new one, but that's just me. Like, just those subtle weird things that you think you have to like keep up with. Or, parents are like, oh, well, you need to stay married. And it's against our religion and our upbringing and our family values to get a divorce. I was raised Catholic, so like, that's like a big no-no, is like divorce. And but what, you're not fucking happy. You're overwhelmed. You're not living your divine path. So something has to fall off. Something has to drop. And it's your choice. You have free will, but really start reflecting on like, what's actually going to make me happy. Yes, it is fucking scary, because I don't want to be judged. I don't want to feel this riffraff or like retaliation from my family, my friends, whoever. But was it ever a good relationship to begin with? What was it for? You want to live, what does this say? A haunting mass appeal. Where the fuck did it say something about a hive? Oh yeah, chance to be one of the hive. So if I decide to waiver my chance to be one of the hive, so choosing not to follow this familial pattern, this, oh, well, my granddaddy did it, my daddy did it, we've always done it like that. Like, for what? Why? Because that's just what your family does? That's the ancestral fucking pattern? Okay. Are we happy? Were they happy? Why was Granddaddy always drunk all the time? Why did Granddaddy drink a fucking fifth of Jack Daniels every night? You know what I mean? Like, was he really happy? Was he? Was he really fucking happy? Or was he a moody bitch and choosing to stay stuck? God damn it. So expose the truth. And it's interesting that we got the High Priestess also twice. And the Ten of Wands in reverse twice. So trusting your intuition, not letting the, people talking out their side of their fucking neck, and always got to say something, not letting that get to you, and trusting your own intuition, getting your confidence that you can be victorious. This is the Six of Wands. That's victory. See how he's a warrior? He's coming home from battle victorious, confident, with a fucking win. Excuse me, I'm drinking fucking bubbly water. And we also have the Seven of Cups in reverse. I see that as dreams coming true. So trusting that you deserve that, and trusting in your confidence and following your intuition, and getting those prayers answered by, trusting the messages you get from Most High, your ancestors, your guides, that you're making the right choice. And that's going to lead you to your dreams coming true and a fucking victory. Yes, it's scary because these people have been talking your whole fucking life or however long, and just making you, want to, like, just manipulating you into, like, submitting to the hive, to the herd, or, whatever. But for what? Like, why? Are they fucking happy? Are they just living on this superficial level as well? And that's, like, questions you got to start, like, observing, like, damn, are they even fucking happy? Am I happy? Like, asking yourself this question, like, okay, what would happen? How would I feel? Because we have the Chariot in reverse, and that's kind of like not following, like being stuck and like wanting to go two different directions. So questioning, okay, what if I did go down this path? What if I did make this choice and it went the best, like, kind of like do that little tier, where things fork off. Okay, so I make this choice. I choose to leave my job, my career for fucking 20 years, and to go do something different. What would happen? Worst case scenario, best case scenario, and then fork off from there. If that fucking helps, because sometimes that logic brain needs comfort. It needs something. And then being like, I could survive either of those things. If I die, then maybe it was my fucking time to die. Like, there's always a way out of something. It's never like you're always gonna be caught. Like, there's always a net to catch you. Like, those gymnasts or whatever the fuck in the circus, like doing the high rope shit. There's always that net that catches them if they fall. And that's you taking these leaps of faith. Most High will always catch you. And you've survived everything that you've made that's happened to you up until this point. So then what if you don't take this decision? How would you feel? You'd know exactly what you would feel because you've done it and you've stayed in the same thing over and over and over again. And how do you fucking feel? Are you happy? And by making that decision, that's going to help this like suffering. Because worrying and spiraling and staying in this worry shit is suffering because you're stagnant. There's nothing happening. And for me anyway, sometimes just taking even like the smallest bit of action kind of helps simmer that worry. Like it's almost like boiling in my head because I worry so much that I'm like, oh God, because I've been through the shit. Like I've fucked around and found out a few times, And so it's really easy to fall into that patterning of worry and staying stagnant, especially if you've made mistakes or you've lived like traumatic, awful things. And there's this fear, like, I don't want that to happen. But knowing that, like, you're also very miserable in this situation now, if you're unhappy, you don't have to be like fucking, you know, not wanting to live anymore, but you're not like fulfilled. You're just like numb. Then there's a way to, you know, ease that pain, because this is a Three of Swords in reverse, and that's heartbreak, that's hurt, that's loss. Because I'm seeing this as like that's her, you know, partner or boyfriend or whatever, and I'm kind of seeing that as like a death and or a heartbreak, because we do have that heart, you know, she was dumped or something. There's a way to come out of this, come out of that suffering, out of this numbness, out of this living life on the surface and not feeling true joy, because you're not living in your purpose. You're not living your divine path, and you're just choosing to stay comfortable in the controlled situation, which is it really good for you? And I see that bird in the window as like, hey, there's a fucking way out of this. Like, do you want that or not? So what are you going to choose? What are you going to question yourself? Like, how do you question this? Am I happy? Would I be happy? And why would I want to stay in this? And why would I be worried about, or question like what the true worry is? Because you care on what someone else thinks? And who is that someone else? It's not you. They're not living in your fucking body. They're not living your life. So why the fuck should they matter? They don't have to walk in your fucking shoes every day. Why? Why does their opinion matter? It does hurt to disappoint people, and I totally understand that. I hate doing it. I don't enjoy it. But also, I have to put myself first, because that's true love. You deserve love, and that's for yourself and from others. And so, yes, making these hard choices, this leap of faith, and this risk to be judged harshly and deal with the riffraff of, you know, just being laughed at, and this worry of like, see how these people are laughing at him because he failed. You know, what I say, I'm seeing this as like a guy that like was a skater or something, and you know, he failed his trick like on the half pipe or some shit. And they're all laughing at him. It's like, but did y'all fucking try that? Did these people get out there and put themselves out there? No, they didn't. And they're sitting on the fucking street, not living in abundance either. So why would you care what those people think? What does it matter? They're fucking choosing to live miserably. Does your fucking mom drink like, you know, 3 bottles of wine every night? Oh, she's happy in her marriage. And she you know, on her girls' night, she bitches every night. Like, yeah, I just don't want to have sex with my husband anymore. Like, are you fucking happy? Like, okay, but you know, you have to stay married, or you can't, it's frowned upon to change jobs, but you know, your parents have stayed in this job for how many years and they're fucking miserable. They don't do anything to change their lives. So why would it matter? Why do you care? Because these people are choosing to live on the surface and live in fear. Are you going to follow that? Or are you going to, you know, face this hard shit, the scary stuff, but still take the leap of faith and pray and ask for comfort from your guides? Because you will fucking get it. But you have to open your eyes to these little signs that you get. Because it's not always going to be this big slap in the face. It's just going to be like a little subtle thing. You hear a song in the grocery store and you're like, okay, I'm on the right path. Okay, thank you. Thank you, I needed that. Or, you know, seeing someone's name that you're like thinking about, and you're like, do I take this leap of faith towards them? Or like seeing like a movie, and like, you know, you want to like end a relationship with a friend, and the friend's name is like a character in the movie and they're like a shitty person, like that's a fucking sign that this person isn't good for you and you have to like walk away. Damn it, I'm dropping a ton of these cards. So you have to question that. Like, why do you care so much what these people think? They're not living your fucking life. They don't fucking have to wake up every day in your body. Fuck them. Fuck them. Can I get a message, please? Maybe. There we go. Ooh, I dig it. Be impeccable with your word. Create a beautiful dream. So I'm digging this because like that Los Lonely Boys song kind of has this like bluesy sound to it. And I see this guy as like a blues singer. He's singing the blues. And he's putting himself out there. You know, artists put themselves out there. And when you do like show, especially like musicians, painters, stuff like that, and like, you know, poets, fucking authors and shit like that, they're putting themselves out there. They're pouring themselves out there, their inner world, to be judged, but they're still doing it and they become successful. And like people, but also, yes, people judge them, but others also fucking love them. And there's always going to be your group of people, your soul family, people that will align with you and fit with you perfectly. Your word can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. Impeccability of the word only creates beauty, love, and heaven on earth. So instead of focusing on these shitty things, like, oh, I lost this, I blah, 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 I'm worried, spiraling into this worry of like, well, what if this happens? What if that happens? Bro, what if the fucking best thing in the world happens? And see, I'm seeing these little birds here as messages from God, your guides, spirit, ancestors, Most High, your angels. They're giving you these little messages if you ask for them, if you keep praying and keep saying like, please protect me in this choice that I'm making in this leap of faith. Please guide me and protect me that I'm making the right choice. I'm scared. Please comfort me in some way. Please give me a sign to know I'm making the right decision, and you will get it. Just be open and look for it. And being willing to receive the message. And trusting your intuition. Don't over fucking think it. Listen to your gut. And how do you feel about the choice you want to make? Not how you would feel if you were judged by whoever the fuck's around you. Because they don't have to live in your fucking body. They're not living your life. How you would feel like, man, I really desire this dream job. I really desire whatever the fuck. And how would that make you feel? Does it excite you? Does it like, you can't stop thinking about it and it's like becoming a burden because you're not doing anything to take action towards it? Listen to your guides. Listen to that intuition, your heart, your soul. Instead of the people whispering in your ear like, oh, well, what if you fail? Like, fuck them. They're not making these fucking choices. They're just laughing, living in lack, in like just superficial numbness. They're not living to the fullest. So you following these passions and choosing to drop the bullshit of like trying to please everyone, and then you can, you know, because when you have both hands full, you can't do anything. So why would you keep juggling shit when you can just follow your dreams, bitch? Fuck them. Fuck them. Listen to your intuition. Listen to those signs. It could be a fucking bird that lands outside your window and is like, tweet, tweet, tweet. Okay,